It's a challenging environment, but at the same time, very comforting and nurturing. It's very like a family-oriented, a lot of attention to the kids given when they really are thriving here.
I run the Student Government Association. Pioneer, we have a lot of different activities that are allowing our students to learn how to be productive and effective members of their community. They travel across seas to other countries to make sure that they are helping those in need with the skills and the resources that they have.
And my vision here at Pioneer Academy is to become one of the best basketball programs in the state of New Jersey. And Pioneer Academy is the perfect opportunity for me to succeed at.
I'm currently going to Barnard College of Columbia University. Looking back on my experience in public school and comparing it to my experience at Pioneer, I realized that if I hadn't switched over to the school, I probably wouldn't have gotten accepted into the schools. I think the best thing that makes Pioneer Academy stand out is that you always have someone, whether a teacher or a counselor, that is there to support you, motivate you, and inspire you throughout the application process.
What stands out to me about Pioneer Academy is the connection that the teachers make with their students. Teachers are excellent. They take pride in what they do.
In middle school language arts, I design my lessons to be very flexible. And how I effectively do that is through implementing the workshop model. Now, my students love this because I feel that it breeds creativity. They like that I'm not really hovering around them and watching what they're doing and listening to everything. And it gives them time to meet with one another, talk a little bit, but also get their work done.
We implement a very rigorous set of curricula, and it shows on our standardized tests. In a typical year, our students will show anywhere between 150 to 200% projected growth, meaning our students are learning close to 2 times as much students in a typical school.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Academic Planning and College Readiness webinar by the experts, the Pioneer counselors, students, and the other alumni like myself. I am Fatih Javla from the class of 21. I will be attending Rutgers University, New Brunswick next fall, and I will be taking you through the panel. Our participants for this panel include Mr. Kim from our Pioneer Academy College Guidance Department, Miss Monica, our Pioneer Academy Vice Principal and Dean of Students, and other alumni and present students like Leila Yurt, myself, and Anthony Vargas. Let's get right into it. Up first, we have Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim is from our college guidance department. He has graduated from Cornell University, and he is someone who has helped me and several other seniors with their own college applications. He has been with the Pioneer staff for the past year and has helped and never failed to provide wisdom to get all seniors into amazing colleges. He never fails to lead others to the path they want to go towards and gives great insight through the high school and college process.
Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Kim and I'm going to be providing an overview of the Pioneer Academy's college guidance team. So what are the advantages that Pioneer Academy provides? The most important is that we provide a strong personal relationship developed between the counselor and the student. So from my personal experience, when I was attending public high school in New Jersey, I met with my guidance counselor 8 times, and every single time she forgot my name, she had no idea who I was, and provided no substantial assistance to my growth. With weekly meetings for our older students and monthly meetings for our younger ones, our counseling team makes sure nothing like that experience will ever happen to you. So why is it important to form trust between the counselor and the student? It's because we refuse to form a bureaucratic relationship with the students. Rather, we get to know them and learn to trust each other fully so that students know that we are always here to help. Then we give specific advice and assistance catered for individual students to ensure their success. The second most important thing that Pioneer Academy provides is that we provide a comprehensive support of the college application process. What this means is that, firstly, we start early. Most often, students have no idea how to successfully prepare for college when they enter high school, and by the time they realize it, it is already too late. The counseling team ensures that the students entering is fully aware of the guidelines and requirements that colleges are looking for, and lay down the roadworks to build them as a strong candidate. The second important thing is that we provide a comprehensive GPA, SAT, and AP test support system. We keep track of all the students' performances and communicate often regarding their improvements and deficiencies. We offer classes that help students prepare for the standardized tests such as the ACTs and the SATs, and additionally strategically plan their schedules to include AP classes that I know that they will enjoy and excel at. The third thing we provide is assistance with the college application forms and financial aid. We provide professional college application submission support in the guidance office. The common application process is both tedious and really difficult or expensive if you're using outside resources, and we help ensure that it is as smoothly as possible that we can accomplish this. We'll make sure that they will be completed methodically and perfectly. The second thing is that we provide great financial application support. How you fill out the financial aid forms also impact the amount of aid that a student receives, and again, the counselors will help complete these forms to perfection. So, talk is talk, but what about the results? Despite our student body being noticeably smaller, nearly all our students gains acceptance to top 100 US colleges every year, and nearly every class had at least one acceptance into the Ivy Leagues. Our recent acceptances include Princeton University, Harvard University, Cornell University, Columbia University, University of Chicago, Duke University, Carnegie Mellon University, Northwestern University, Emory University, NYU, and many more acclaimed institutions. The third important factor is the standardized test scores. So you really shouldn't believe in any of the recent controversies regarding standardized tests. SAT and ACT scores are an unbiased way to measure a student's work ethic and to a level their intelligence. The fourth most important factor is talent and extracurricular activities. While some parents consider academics as the only important factor for getting into college, this is not the case. Extracurricular activities can be just as important, and at Pioneer, we strongly encourage our students to follow their passion outside of school. The fifth factor is volunteering. At Pioneer Academy, we are able to offer many volunteering experiences that are available in our social community and also schedule service trips to impoverished countries to provide much needed assistance to the local community there. And the last and the most important one is application essays and interest in the school. Now, this is a factor that is simply underestimated by many applicants. This application essay, if written well, can trump many of these other qualities to ensure that the student is admitted. So, I talk about the golden ticket a lot and why it matters. So, when a student's application essays are submitted to be reviewed, the admissions team either categorize them in three separate categories. The first category is rejection, and a considerable amount of candidates, even if they are qualified, can be rejected simply based on their essay. If the essay shows qualities of a student that are negative, such as hubris, lack of maturity, or a lack of knowledge and interest in the school, they will reject the candidate because, let's face it, their goal is to create a healthy student body, and they would rather not have students who are uninterested in the school or have personalities that can be clashing with others. And the second type of essay is the zero impact essay. A majority of applicant essays end up falling in this pile. Now you have to understand, the admissions team are reading hundreds of essays on a daily basis, and even if you write a quality essay, if it is not unique in any way, it ends up falling into the zero impact file. And the last essay is the golden ticket essay. And I say about less than 5% of essays fall into this file, but this is how students can gain an exceptional advantage. If the applicant's essays are so amazing that it makes a mark indelible to the admissions officer's memories, the student would be accepted despite falling short in some other criteria. And this is where I take part to ensure that each and every one of our students work to create a perfect essay to gain advantage over the other applicants. So what are the advantages of a small graduating class? The first important factor is that it forms a close-knit community. Our small student body size creates an exceptionally cooperative environment for the students to flourish in, and additionally allows students to form a personal, lasting relationship with our faculty as well. This will tremendously benefit the quality of letters of recommendation from teachers and faculty. The second is that you have the ability to choose your own classes. While Pioneer Academy may be smaller than traditional public schools, we offer just as many classes and also provide the students to schedule their own curriculum similar to how they would during college. If the student is looking for more advanced classes or niche classes that are not provided by the school, the counseling team works with various colleges so that the student can have the chance to learn about everything that they want to. And the last is that the student has more opportunities to become a student leader in a small school environment. With the various clubs and student organizations offered at Pioneer Academy, all our students will have the chance to gain leadership opportunities that are considered to be highly important in all colleges.
Thank you, Mr. Kim, as always, for the great insight. Next up, we have Miss Monica. Miss Monica is our Vice Principal and Dean of Students at Pioneer Academy. She started her career in finance, working for the Rockefeller family as a portfolio analyst. And then she had a career change and has been a part of the education system for over 15 years now. And she has been with the Pioneer family since 2018. In her previous role, she was an elected official on an educational board, Manhattan representative on the Citywide Council on High Schools, and provided support to over 90 principals in Manhattan with over $15 billion school authority plan, along with other education policies. She has been getting us involved in many programs in and out of the school and has been a great help to me for the past 4 years and to all other students at Pioneer Academy.
Welcome to Pioneer Academy. We are a pre-K through 12th grade school, and we would encourage you to potentially apply to Pioneer Academy. But I will give you a very brief overview of the school so that way you could have a better perception. And we're located in Wayne, New Jersey, 35 minutes away from New York City. The fun fact about Pioneer Academy is that we're located next to golf courses and also next to the World Corporate Headquarters for Cartier, Gucci, and YSL. And at Pioneer Academy, once again, we would encourage you to please reach out to us if you have any questions about the presentation or if you would like to learn more. You can always contact us, schedule a school tour or a Zoom session at your convenience. Pioneer Academy has 100% college acceptance rate, which is very unique. Many of the schools struggle even with the graduation rate. So we are so proud of the achievement. Also a 2:1 student-to-teacher ratio, a small class environment, which is so important, and of course we're fully accredited as well. These are some of the pre-COVID-19 photos from the classroom, so you can have a better perception of what it looked like before. And Pioneer Academy, with numbers, we have at this time a total of 125 students in high school, 74 students in middle school, and 83 students in our elementary, bringing the total to 305 students. So it's a very small and safe school that concentrates on getting the best results. Also, we provide STEAM education. So science, math, art, engineering, and technology are deeply embedded into the daily instruction. And of course, in terms of the whole COVID dilemma, we started back in September with providing the option to all of our students whether to come on campus 5 days a week or to join us virtually. For next year, we hope that everyone will come back on campus. However, we do reserve the right to potentially accept some extenuating circumstances if, let's say, the student would be out of state or out of the country. And of course, as you can see in the photo here, we do have the large screen TVs in every single classroom. Also, the tracking cameras. At Pioneer, we've made an immediate adjustment, but we prepared well, and that's why we had an amazing year. Also, at the daily temperature checks that are submitted, the self-health screening, we double check everything. Of course, mandatory face masks on campus. And last year, our visitors were not allowed to have any contact with our students. Of course, we do reserve the right to update the protocols over the summer, and we will let you know if there will be any changes. And maximum of 15 students in the kindergarten through 12th grade classrooms. We do have the Pioneer Pre-K Montessori, which is a great program with the before and after school care. So if you do have any children or siblings, please, I would encourage them to apply as well. And of course, elementary school, which is also a phenomenal foundation to Pioneer Academy. And there are many opportunities also for our middle school students in order to have that very strong beginning. And as you know, 9th grade, it's all about perfection. These grades are reported to colleges, so we want you to do quite well. Our middle school team is very strong, and if you have any questions, please contact us at high school. It's all about the results. So in the past, we had the top acceptances to Harvard, UPenn, Brown, of course, Columbia University, Barnard College, and also Cornell. in terms of the data, this is something that is very important. In this slide, you can see the classes of 2019 and 2020. In those 2 years, we had 78 students who graduated, and they received astonishing over $11 million in scholarships. This is something that is very unique. So at Pioneer, it's not only about the acceptances, but also getting that return on the investment, so to say. 78% of our students are actually accepted to the top 100 universities. And you can also see the detailed results for class of 2019 and 2020. And for the students who would like to consider boarding, yes, we are a boarding school. So we welcome all of the boys starting from grade 8 up to 12 to stay here on campus. And for girls, we do offer the homestay option. And of course, there's a lot of support on campus during the day and in the evening as well. And you can see that Pioneer actually has the state-of-the-art facilities. So you can see the art studio, the auditorium, the computer lab, and also the beautiful cafeteria, which you can also see from the outside. And once students are done eating, they can actually go outside if they want. They can play chess, they can play soccer, they can play basketball. So definitely a lot of fun. We want you to enjoy your high school experience. And we use a lot of different teaching resources depending on the grade level in order to stimulate the students' interest and to make it fun. So whether Kahoot or Flipgrid or of course the IXLs, which definitely help you to develop. And at Pioneer, it's not only about academics, but it's also about social and emotional learning. We do have class advisory systems. So for instance, my daughter would go with her class advisor skiing, and I really appreciate it as a mother of 2 kids here at Pioneer Academy. And of course, a wide variety of student clubs and activities. We know that this past year was quite difficult, but for next year, it will be much, much easier, and we expect a lot of changes. And you can see here in this slide, Mr. Tim Thomas, he joined us in January of 2020 and is building a program here at Pioneer Academy. And of course, as a former NBA player, he was actually playing for all of these major teams that you can see here. And at Pioneer, once again, just so many different opportunities to grow for our students. So not only we have the highest SAT data in all of Passaic County among both private and public schools, as indicated by the college source, but also so many different opportunities. So you can see the young lady who was attending the middle school, meeting with a US astronaut, also students who traveled to Tanzania, and the meeting with UN Secretary General, who holds the highest office in the United Nations, and our students actually traveled to New York City to meet with him in person and to learn from his great experience. And another fun fact is that we were actually visited by the great-grandson of Mahatma Gandhi, who also shared his experience and the family legacy with our students here at Pioneer Academy. And so many different fun activities. We know that some of our students, they are sons or daughters of diplomats or major CEOs here, but at the same time, it is possible for the kids to be quite shy, and that is perfectly fine. We use the art of theater in order to develop the art of public speaking, as well as STEAM presentations and other fun activities, so that way you feel more confident and comfortable, and that is definitely a huge distinction. And of course, we had fundraisers at the United Nations, attended UN conferences, and our students are really wonderful, great friends, and they appreciate one another. So the atmosphere on campus is very positive. And in terms of the curriculum, we follow the highest standards in order for you to really be challenged and to have these great opportunities to get into the very best colleges. So once again, I welcome you, and I would encourage every single one of you to please contact us and apply. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Miss Monica. Now we will transfer on to our alumni. First up, we have Leila Yurt. She was a class of 2020, and she is currently attending Barnard College at Columbia University. She is an active student taking part in athletics like fencing, and she also helped with the basketball team as team manager. She was involving herself with many community service organizations like Peace Islands.
Hi everyone, my name is Layla Yurt. I am a Pioneer Academy graduate from the class of 2020. Some things that were very important to me throughout my high school academic experience was really understanding the application process and how to prepare for it from your freshman year, especially since colleges really look holistically at your entire high school year. I actually attended my first 2 years of high school in public school, and something I realized there was that I didn't get a lot of help in terms of organizing my thoughts of what I was interested into and organizing which class I was going to take based on those interests and what I was going to focus on when applying. So that was a setback for me immediately after the first 2 years of my high school. And so when I came to Pioneer, I remember there are very helpful counselors in Pioneer, and they sat with me and they talked with me step by step of how I was going to choose which classes to take and what I was going to take them according to the major that I wanted to apply for, and really helped me holistically organize my entire application. On top of that, I was able to gain great connections with my teachers and relationships that I'm still connected with to this day. I think that really helped allowed to make me more comfortable to ask whenever I needed help on anything and whenever I had questions. It was a much more comfortable environment where I was able to go and ask questions, whereas in other schools I feel like it's more strict and professionally uncomfortable, which causes me to not be able to ask for help. So that was something that I really liked about Pioneer Academy. Another thing that made a really big difference when it came to my applications were the fact that I was able to take as many APs as early in high school as possible. In public schools, they don't allow you to take APs your freshman through junior year, and that's if you can take 1 or 2 your junior or senior year, which was very annoying for me as a sophomore who was trying to get a head start in math, for example, which I was stronger in. So I think that being able to take the opportunity and take these hard classes and challenge yourself as early as freshman year also really showed colleges that I was really challenging myself and I was really working hard for my goals, which is something that really improved my application. So that is one of the pluses of going to Pioneer versus other schools, is that you're really able to have the opportunity and take APs that you're not allowed to at other schools as early as freshman year. One of the hardest aspects of applying to colleges are the essay writing. I remember having to write word-limited essays, your personal essay, different supplemental essays for different colleges. It was really a struggle, especially while still taking classes throughout my senior year. But thankfully, I had a counseling system in Pioneer Academy that really helped me organize my thoughts, which essays to prioritize, and also helped me find very helpful editors that were able to look over my essay and help me really use the correct words while writing my essays, and that really made a big difference. It doesn't just help the student in terms of stress and being overwhelmed with work because you have this extra help, but it also helps deliver your essays in their best state. So that really helped me throughout my applications, and we all know essays are really important when it comes to applications, especially since that's what really portrays the character of a student. And I think it's important to get the help to really be able to put yourself into those essays, which is what they give in Pioneer Academy. Another aspect that not a lot of people pay attention to when applying to colleges is matching your interests and your classes and your extracurriculars to the major that you're applying with. A lot of times students apply with a major, and unfortunately their classes that they've taken throughout high school, their extracurriculars that they've done, don't match the major, and that is a discrepancy that colleges are not very fond of because it doesn't show consistency throughout a high schooler student's experience. That is something that I learned in Pioneer Academy. The counseling system here really does a detailed approach throughout your entire application and makes sure that everything is consistent and matching each other, which really proves to colleges that your major wasn't just a last minute decision, it was actually a goal that you've had throughout your high school, even if that isn't the case, which is very important. And this isn't done in other schools, and if I had attended a different school, I wouldn't have even known this detail or paid attention to this detail, because it's definitely a detail that is noticed over experience. So I think that was very important, and I'm very thankful that I was able to get that kind of help here. Not only is the consistency also important, another thing that's important is maximizing your chance of getting into a school. A lot of times some majors are harder to be accepted into in certain schools than other majors, and that's something that the counselors here always pay attention to. If a student wants to apply through a certain major that is very competitive, they are generally recommended to apply through another major, and that maximizes their chance of getting into that school. Obviously, the student can always switch majors once they get into the school, but while applying, really making sure that their application is top tier and really going to maximize their chance of getting in. That is what the counselors pay attention to, and that is something that's not done at other schools, which is very important. After graduating high school, a lot of times students disconnect with their schools and don't really continue their relationship with teachers, where I didn't have that type of experience. Because Pioneer Academy is a very homey and family-oriented environment, I still have connections with my teachers, and I can even go to them for help sometimes when I struggle in specific classes, even in college. I think that having that support system is very important, because obviously going in as a freshman into college, it's a very unknown experience, unknown environment, and you always want to have some type of backbone support system that you may not be able to get in a school that you just got into. So Pioneer having that connection and supportive backbone to their students who have graduated and are going into a whole new chapter of their life, I think that is very important, and I'm very thankful to have.
Thanks, Leila. Now I will be talking about decision making. We all have asked this question: do the choices we make really matter? At least one point in our lives so far. You know, in a world of 7 billion people, why would a decision that one person makes affect the rest of the world? Well, that's where you're wrong. We tend to make ourselves look smaller, and a lot smaller than we really are. It takes one step at a time to be the change, and each step is based off the decisions you make and the tools that you gain from these experiences. There are two aspects to this decision making. There's a local and a global level. On a local level, we have to build ourselves, and the decisions we make to better ourselves allow us to build the community around us. Starts with one person and carries on with the domino effect. When one person motivates another, that person motivates two others, which motivate more and more and more until you build this little community around yourself. And the best part is, if you don't like how things are going, you can change it. You're in the driver's seat. You are the one calling the shots. And in order to make these strides in a direction we want, and for our decisions to reach a global level, we have to put ourselves in situations that we are not accustomed to. Then you may ask, all right, how can I do more? Or what can I do more? You know? And the only answer to that is to take action with the opportunities you have at hand. Counselors, staff, parents will put you in a point in your life where you need to be, and will help you for the first part of it, but the decisions that you make afterwards are really up to you. You're in the driver's seat. You're the one steering the wheel. And the goal should be to lead yourself and others that want to follow a similar path. That in itself is a decision and an investment in one. It's a decision and investment because the environment you are in and the people you surround yourself allows you to become a leader, to make the decisions that nobody wants to make. For example, I will use myself as an example. I went to Tanzania in February 2021, the end of February, and I went there for volunteering. I went there for 3 months by myself, and I put myself out of my comfort zone to be my own leader of service. I stayed there for 3 months creating and managing projects, and it gave me the confidence I needed and the perspective to be able to make the decisions that will ultimately lead me to my future. we went around. I tried to get used to the culture, to the people. We created projects where we collected money to cover the health insurance needs of special needs students. And we distributed boxes of food and supplies for iftar in the poor cities and villages. Now, one thing that really played a big role in my decision making and what really helped me was self-reflection. You could take the wheel, you make the decisions that you want for yourself. However, if you do not self-reflect and if you don't look upon what you did, even if it is good or bad, it will not help you to move forward. Self-reflection is really important. Criticizing yourself and allowing yourself to take a moment to see what you have done. So take the wheel and reflect on the experiences you have. And yeah, the decision we make really do matter. All right. Up next, we have captain of the basketball team, Anthony Vargas. He is a part of the class of 2022. He is a student athlete scholar who involves himself in every way possible in his community.
Hi everyone, my name is Anthony Vargas. I'm the captain of the basketball team here at Pioneer Academy. I want to tell you a little bit about my experience here at Pioneer, as well as some things to look forward to in the future. So we didn't have a season this year for basketball, but we were able to still get a quality education both virtually and in person through the computer, television, and microphone system that Pioneer has. They handled COVID extremely well, and I kind of measure how good a school is with their students based on how they handled COVID, and Pioneer did an excellent job at handling the virus. Now, to basketball. Last year we had an excellent season. It was the first year of basketball at Pioneer, and we had, I believe, a 21-12 record, and overall it was very successful. Just to have different players come from all over New Jersey and play together and win some games. We also did have a few games at the notorious Gaucho's gym in the Bronx, New York this year. And we had plenty of practices. We just weren't really able to get anything off the ground out of an abundance of caution because of the virus. And I would like to talk a little bit about the academics at Pioneer. My teachers are absolutely amazing. They're extremely easy to talk to, and they kind of they make the whole entire process a lot easier. Guidance also is a great aspect of Pioneer. Mr. Kim, Mr. Yurlisher, Mr. Adams, they do an excellent job one-on-one getting everybody to college. We recently had Dean Kojic. He got to Princeton, and we had a bunch of people getting to like Rutgers, Rochester, Syracuse, all great schools. And that's all I know personally, but I know that everybody's absolutely excellent in this school, and when you take a bunch of great minds together, you create something very special. And that's exactly what Pioneer is. It's a well-knit community full of extremely bright people that want to change the world one step at a time, in whether it be basketball, chemistry, medicine, anything you could think of, engineering, everything. Although that's not my expertise, I know people who are very passionate about it in this building. And that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Captain. Now, to sum up our panel for today, we will be playing a Kahoot to review all of our participants. All right, everyone. So as you could see, the pin is 4398579. 4398579. All right, starting to see some people show up. All right, we will be starting the Kahoot very soon. Let's start it up. So, first question, what is the most important college application process? Red, GPA. Circle, recommendation letters. Diamond, application essay. Square, all of the above. We have 8 seconds. 9 people have answered so far. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're off to a great start. Great job, everyone. Let's go to the next question. Everyone's points are riling up. All right, true or false? Pioneer is located next to the corporate headquarters of Cartier, Gucci, and YSL. This one is a tough one. Miss Monica mentioned it in her video, I believe. If this was true or false. All right, 12 people got it right. 3 put false. All right. See, Elif is number 1 right now. Next question. Pioneer Academy student to teacher ratio is triangle 8-1, circle 15-1, diamond 10-1, square 20-1. All right, great job, everyone. Next question. Elif is still number 1. Pioneer Academy is rated by Niche in Passaic County as number 1 private school, number 2 private school, within the top 10 private schools, or not rated at all. We have 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, Pioneer Academy is the number 1 private school in Passaic County. Next question. We're seeing a little comeback here. True or false? Pioneer Academy is ranked as best performing school in SAT in all of Passaic County. Answers are coming in hot. Yes, everyone got that right. True. Pioneer Academy is the best SAT scoring school in Passaic County. Now, how many college guidance counselors are in Pioneer Academy? This is a tricky one. We have red 1, blue 2, or yellow 3. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, there we go. 13 correct. Yep, we do have 3 counselors in Pioneer Academy. Next question. Mr. Kim, the college guidance counselor at Pioneer Academy, graduated from which top university? We have red, Cornell, blue, Harvard, yellow, NYU, and green, Princeton. This was mentioned in the beginning of the panel. 4, 3, 2, 1. And the answer is Cornell University. Seems like this was a tricky one. All right, next question. Ooh, we see a big change in the table here. So, which country did I visit during my high school career? Is it red, Haiti, blue, Kenya, yellow, Nigeria, or green, Tanzania? Yes, green is correct. I was in Tanzania for over 3 months. All right, this is a multi-select questions. Students from Pioneer Academy were accepted to which universities? Brown, Columbia, Harvard, Princeton. Now remember, you could select more than one answer. See the answers are coming in quick here. 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is all of them. Pioneer Academy has gotten students into all of these top universities. All right, doesn't seem like first place is really moving. Anthony Vargas is a captain of which team? Baseball, basketball, soccer, or volleyball? Seems like a lot of people are confident with their answers. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is basketball. Anthony has been a part of our basketball program for over 2 years now. Now, number 3, we have New Worlds. At number 2, we have Esra. And finally, number 1, we have Elif. All right. Remember, if you have won first, second, or third place, please email admissions@pioneeracademy.org that you have done so. All right, everyone. With the immense guidance all the way to the finish line, Pioneer creates opportunity for all students in a small school environment. A competitive school without the cutthroat pressure that allows students to strive in their strengths and to strengthen their weaknesses, all while building the discipline and character. Not being just a statistic in a school allows a student to gain confidence to make the most out of their high school experience. Remember, if you have any questions or would like to know more about enrolling at Pioneer Academy, please feel free to contact Ms. Monica at admissions@pioneeracademy.org. admissions@pioneeracademy.org. Have a great summer, everyone.
It's a challenging environment, but at the same time, very comforting and nurturing. It's very like a family-oriented, a lot of attention to the kids given when they really are thriving here.
I run the Student Government Association. Pioneer, we have a lot of different activities that are allowing our students to learn how to be productive and effective members of their community. They travel across seas to other countries to make sure that they are helping those in need with the skills and the resources that they have.
And my vision here at Pioneer Academy is to become one of the best basketball programs in the state of New Jersey. And Pioneer Academy is the perfect opportunity for me to succeed at.
I'm currently going to Barnard College of Columbia University. Looking back on my experience in public school and comparing it to my experience at Pioneer, I realized that if I hadn't switched over to the school, I probably wouldn't have gotten accepted into the schools. I think the best thing that makes Pioneer Academy stand out is that you always have someone, whether a teacher or a counselor, that is there to support you, motivate you, and inspire you throughout the application process.